Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and the full line of affordable security products from modular safes to lockboxes. Save 15% with code SUSA15 at snapsafe.com.
Welcome again to the Shooting USA YouTube channel. We're glad you're here. An interesting factoid, some of our more popular videos see as many as 75 or 80% of you are not subscribed to our channel. If you like the content you're seeing, please honor us with a subscription. And if you're interested in full-length current episodes of Shooting USA after it airs on the network, there's a link in this video's description to our Vimeo channel. Now, here's the content you came to see.
California gun owners continue to struggle with restrictive laws banning firearms that are considered perfectly normal in the majority of the United States. But if you're a California movie director, you can get anything you want for your production, anything. Think it up for your movie gunfight and the armorers from ISS Weapons will bring it, or they will build it to dazzle your audience. John Scouten has our rare insider story of the largest Hollywood prop house.
ISS is a prop house. It was founded in 1977. The main prop house is here in California, and we supply film and television across the country. Everything from teddy bears to belt-fed machine guns.
This is Carl Weshta. He's our guide today on a very rare tour inside ISS Weapons, along with pro shooter and firearms consultant to Hollywood, Taryn Butler.
Props are, basically anything an actor and actress would touch on camera. So it could be a gun, it could be, a pen, or even food.
Pizza, steak,
a piece of luggage, a briefcase, a camera, anything that somebody would handle would be considered a prop.
eggs.
And that's what we really specialize in.
But it's not the fake money bills and old cameras that bring us here, it's the guns.
It's estimated that we are the largest motion picture armory. I don't know that to be true. We have a pretty good idea as far as quantity of firearms. Last count we had almost 13,000 firearms. If you include the flintlock, the percussion, and the antiques, we're at over 15,000 pieces. If all of the guns that we owned were here in-house right now, we wouldn't be sitting here because they'd be piled up everywhere.
With an inventory that large, we are sure to find some guns made famous on the silver screen.
This is our semi-automatic handgun room.
Yeah, well, the first thing I notice is Smith & Wesson M&P 9.
Yep. That one was probably used in the Avengers film with Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, there's a bunch of semi-auto handguns here, but on the rack right now, I'm only seeing 2 M&Ps.
Yeah, we have probably 20 to 30 and a few compacts, between compact and full size. They're very popular. They're out on every film we're working on right now.
There is a great deal of gunsmithing that has to be performed to make a semi-auto handgun function with blanks.
Basically, we're removing locking mechanisms. Depending on the gun, is how we're going to modify it. We also have to thread and tap the barrel, and down inside the barrel is a steel restrictor plug. Depending on the diameter of that plug, it'll create the back pressure needed to perform, the firing process, feeding, injection, a little bit.
On the M&P, we've ramped the barrel lug to eliminate the locking, and then we've also removed some material here in the slide.
Right, that's the tilt barrel style modification. Another one you'll see it flat on the top, like this HK. This is converted as a direct blowback gun. And these handguns are pretty much for any practical purposes destroyed.
Right.
Where manually operated guns like a double action revolver, we don't do any modifications to it.
And within the revolver inventory, there are some instant standouts.
John, this is our revolver room. It starts over here with the Ruger revolvers. Works its way around to 3 racks of Smith & Wesson guns. You've got some Colt and some military guns in the back there.
Well, the first one that caught my eye when we came in has this tag on it here that says Lethal Weapon 2. So this has got to be Danny Glover's gun from the movie.
I believe it's one of them, yeah. I think there's probably about 4 of them used in that film. This is one of them that we inherited.
Hey, I didn't order a hamburger. I ordered eggs.
Probably the most iconic Smith & Wesson revolver from any of the movies is the Dirty Harry Model 29. But we've got another gun in here that we know Clint Eastwood handled, and that's this 8-shot 357 from the movie Bloodwork.
The funny thing about this gun is if we took these grips off, you'd see the serial number is CEX0002. There was 1 and 2, and CEX is Clint Eastwood Experimental. And this came out of the Performance Center at Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, that's neat. Performance Center on the barrel. Awesome.
For the rugged, the style, the untamed, and the wild. For the trades, the trees, the mountains, and the free. Reimagined, re-engineered, reborn.
The more we look around, the more we turn up interesting guns.
Well, this is our long gun room. As you can see, along the walls there is primarily military guns. Behind you here is all U.S. from 1898 Krags and 1903 Springfields, M1 Garands, M1 carbines over here. Some German World War I and World War II, as well as Russian, French and British on the other side. And then we have sporting shotguns and riot shotguns, as well as sporting rifles in this room. One of the more famous guns would be this M1 Garand from Gran Torino.
Oh yeah.
Clint Eastwood gun.
Yeah, the Get Off My Lawn rifle.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What the hell is this? Get off my lawn. Did you hear me? I said get off my lawn now.
Go back in the house.
Yeah, I blow a hole in your face and then I go in the house and I sleep like a baby.
Okay. Well, you better watch your back.
It's crazy.
Old man.
Thank you.
Get off my lawn.
This is a Remington 870 from T3. Arnold uses this one in the film. It's got a special heat shield on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we did a little bit of movie magic with that one. This gun doesn't have it, but there was a double to it that had a lead weighted forend.
Okay.
And it was rigged so he can cock it.
So he could sling it one-handed.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this thing. What is this?
That's one of the harpoon guns from the original Jaws.
Hold it up, he's coming straight for us. Don't screw it up now.
Don't wait for me.
Kill it, quick. Kill it! Now! Shoot!
All of these pieces are special in one way or another, but there are some that really stand alone.
This is our Western themed room, and the hero piece in the room is this 1874 Gatling gun. This is a reproduction John Anderson gun. Go backwards here, not firing it. We have a pair of these, and both of them have been used in several films. Last Samurai, 310 to Yuma, Jonah Hex, and more recently in another film which hasn't come out yet. These guns, the gentleman who makes it, John Anderson, he does 2 a year. It's about a 5 to 7 year wait to get one, and they're 35 to 40 grand a pop.
When a piece is that valuable and difficult to replace, special attention is paid to keep it from being damaged. But what about pieces that are irreplaceable? In those cases, a replica is created, even if the gun will only be on screen for a few seconds.
This is the knock volley gun, again, a reproduction that was made by ISS. This was for Master Commander, Far Side of the World.
That's a reproduction of the knock volley, but
it is.
You know, there are still originals in existence.
There are, yeah. But for film, you don't really want to get original antique and beat it up. And
that thing weighs about 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Our own History's Guns historian Gary James also has a knock volley gun. Gary's is also a reproduction, and it's a shooter. One gun that was well ahead of its time in the 1930s was recreated for a 2009 film that Taryn worked on.
It's a reproduction of an original gun that one of Dillinger's gunsmiths, or somebody back in the day, built for the gangsters. And there was some research on it, probably from FBI Museum or something like that, as associating that gang. And then for the film, the director wanted us to reproduce it. So we actually built this here in-house. The extended magazine was quite the project. Being a 9mm, you're converted for 9mm blanks, so that's a 38 Super gun. Having to weld the magazines together and getting them to feed properly with the tapered cartridge was pretty difficult, but one of our gunsmiths figured it out, and it's kind of a neat piece.
Also from Public Enemies is a shotgun Taryn spent a lot of time with on the set.
This is the 1901 Rover Action 10 gauge. Michael Mann hired me for Public Enemies and to teach Stephen Lang how to load this thing. And it's awesome. I mean, this gun holds a lot of rounds. It's like 7 rounds of 10 gauge back in those days. And we had to learn how to load. Michael Mann's like, I want 3 rounds fast. And so we had to figure out how to take one, drop it down, shove it in, take another one, drop it in, another one, put it in the barrel, and close it as fast as we could.
Now, what modifications, if any, did they do to this one?
Nothing.
Yeah.
They had to make special pewter-heavy bullets because when they wanted me to load it first, it was just like empty shells.
Right.
I'm like, I can't do this. In 5 minutes, the prop guy came back with these pewter-heavy rounds, and me and Steven were able to get it down fast.
After the break, there's more to see as our exclusive tour of ISS weapons continues.
How cool is that?
ISS Weapons specializes in bringing a director's vision to life for the cameras, even something out of this world.
As far as the sci-fi housing around a gun, that's usually done in several stages. You know, the gun room here at ISS will work with our sister company, Studio Art, to come up with the housing and build it around the gun. Those builds are usually off of a drawing, which is provided by production.
And it doesn't take long to find some very recognizable creations.
That's a Beretta 92F. This was done up for
Green Hornet.
Green Hornet, yeah.
Christoph Waltz's bad guy character.
Correct, yeah. And this one was actually done with the decocker for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And the gases are diverted out the sides.
What, you truly don't think I'm scary?
No.
Okay. You're scary.
Well, these 2 rooms here make up our main vault. Machine guns, destructive devices, short barrel shotguns and rifles, as well as California assault pistols and rifles. This side here is primarily machine guns. You can see you've got all the 1919s, 1917s, Japanese guns, M60s, more modern belt feds, M2HBs. We've got a dozen transferable M2 heavy barrels, BARs, AKs, M16s, M4s, all of it. And right here in this room, we have also got some movie guns set up. Some of these are machine guns, yeah. These are AC 5.56s. All these guns here were from Avatar.
Basically a full auto Mini 14 hidden inside of here.
Correct, yeah. And this is a little fake piece for that covered the magazine.
A massive round.
Yeah.
Now James Cameron knows his guns, and obviously, you know, did he have any input in the design of these guns? Because they're look like something that will exist someday.
Yeah, we didn't make the housings for these guns. We ended up doing reshoots on the film. All these were done in New Zealand at a workshop called Weta, and I'm pretty sure that James had his hands in designing these, right down to every letter. So what they ended up doing is sending us the housings, and we adapted our guns to work with them.
Gotcha.
We've got the pistol here, some Remington 870 shotguns. Over there on that side is the M60.
This was the pistol that the character, the sergeant actually,
Stephen Lang.
Yeah.
He takes out Sigourney Weaver with that.
Yeah.
Colonel!
It's interesting that he uses blank guns in a movie where they could have easily just cheapened it up with a bunch of digital laser beams and crap like that.
Yeah.
I like the flames better personally, the real stuff.
Yeah, no, he's a real true to life. Likes to have the bang, you know, and the flame and everything. I mean, yeah, they can do it digitally, but also you've got actors that have to react to certain things, and using real guns is a way to get them to, you know, into their character. Another gun from Avatar.
It's a big door gunner gun.
Yeah.
Built on an M60. Yeah.
Transferable M60. We've got 16 of them.
Wow. This is an interesting looking rifle, but you had mentioned to me that this is built on an ACR.
Yeah, this is a Bushmaster Remington ACR.
Tom Cruise's gun in Oblivion, right?
That's correct, yeah. Magpulized a little bit there. What happens on a film, like on all these films, there's somebody that comes up with an artist drawing, production designer, art department, so to speak, and the director approves it, or he's, you know, doing it himself. And you come up with something like this.
Tower, we have got survivors. There are 4, check it, 5 survivors. They are human.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the top IPSC shooters like Eric Rafael and everybody, Vogel, loved a movie called Equilibrium with Christian Bale before he really hit his superstardom, and this was the gun kata gun. So
right.
It's kind of fun to hold this thing. Obviously, it's a Beretta that's been modified, but it's pretty cool, fully auto.
I'm coming.
But it's not just futuristic guns. ISS builds historical pieces as well, like a hand cannon from Pirates of the Caribbean.
This is a custom grenade launcher that we built here in-house. One of our gunsmiths built this. It was originally a Pedersoli brown bess musket.
Did anything like that ever exist in history?
Yeah, there's some photographic research. Yeah, they had it. This is not us making it up. They got it out of some book somewhere.
Would it fire a ball or a bunch of grape shot and lead kind of shotgun balls?
I think whatever you put in there.
Yeah, right.
For Pirates movies and stuff, we have this piece here. It's kind of, this is a deep background gun or quick reloading. This is actually a trapdoor Springfield.
Oh, I see.
And this gun is actually registered as a short barrel rifle.
A functional solution to keep the shot moving for the director. But for Carl, it's the attention to detail and period accuracy that are the appeal.
When you watch a film, you want to make sure it's being done accurately. So, for instance, if you're sending out a water-cooled 30 cal from World War II, 1917, you want to make sure that that gun has all the proper accessories, you know, the hose, the water can. You know, you want to make sure you've got the right tripod and the right belt. Is the belt a cloth belt? And what time did certain things get used? At what point in the war was something used? So that's where I really enjoy the projects we work on.
Well, you've made it to the end of another Shooting USA video on YouTube, and for that, we thank you. It does help the channel if you subscribe, like, and comment, and that will help us keep the content coming.